And then there was, the Tommy Fury fight, which we promoted. So I was on the promoter side of that. And I'll tell you, Jody, there's things that happen in that camp and that fight and, the buildup of that where that's when I became a fan of Jake Paul. Taking anything away from Tommy Fury. And I've said this before in any other areas. I think the world of Tommy. I think he's a great kid. I have all the admiration and respect for his family. But, Jake was probably at 40% for that fight. If I was advising Jake, I would have advised him not to take the fight and to cancel due to what happened in camp, due to what he went with. And he has never once brought up that excuse. And I knew what was going on, and I was waiting for the plug to get pulled. Now, mind you, as a promoter, I'm glad it didn't get pulled. But that was the one blemish on his record, in Diriyah, Saudi Arabia, that, he took his loss. So on the promoter side. And then, we were back at it with Mike Tyson. That was a different kind of a fight. It was a fun fight. I did expect, and I know people think it's crazy and to each their own, but nobody was in training camp with Mike Tyson the way that I was, aside from the 3 or 4 people that we had in camp with us. I saw what Mike was doing in the gym. And I said, if he ever touches Jake, he's going to put him to sleep. And, the ferocity, the velocity, the punches that he was throwing in the gym, it didn't equate to the fight, which was disappointing for us that we wanted to see Mike, perform the way that he was in the gym. And I know that he had, the tenacity and the desire to win the fight. It just, it just wasn't his night that night. And Jake ended up winning. So, I've been up against Jake, or I've dealt with Jake, for 3 of his last, 8 fights.